Hello there. Thanks for listening to Talking Balearics.
If you'd like to get involved with this podcast, myself and mine do this, of course, every week, and it's become very, very popular. And if you'd like to sponsor us, please get in touch, 670-704-311, or Martin's number is
660-662222.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Make me dance.
Hello there. Welcome to Talking Balearics with me, Martin Makepeace, here in Ibiza.
And me, Richie Pye, here in Mallorca. Hello, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, very well, Rich. Sorry I'm a bit late today because it's been busy over here. I've just been for a nice lunch and I just got a bit waylaid, actually, mate, so I apologise.
Is he having lunch?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I went to a new restaurant. You know me, I'm always trying new places out all the time. So I went to a new restaurant and I got a little bit preoccupied. But I'm here now, mate. How are you?
And did you, by the way, have you tried that sandwich? You said you were going to go and try.
No, I haven't, mate. Not yet. I will go and find it, mate. But not yet. I haven't had time. Been too busy working and really hard, Rich, this week, to be honest.
So, like you?
No, if you believe that, you believe anything. How are you, mate? You okay?
Yeah, good. All good, Mark. All good. Got some good subjects for you this week.
Good. I'm glad. What have you got for me?
Well, it's something I blogged about, actually, and it's the EU deal that the UK government have come up with. I actually I'm quite positive about it, to be perfectly honest. If I look at it in a selfish way from a Balearic Islands point of view, I don't think it's a bad deal personally.
You've been talking about that for a while, mate, haven't you? Really, you've been pulling that chain for a while, mate. Yes, so good.
I've also got rental prices have dropped for the very first time in 42 months, apparently.
Right. Okay,
which is an interesting story, although it's not as great as you think it is. But anyway, we'll run it by you.
There's going to be some devil in the detail there, I believe.
Yes, and I've also got the Europe's largest Golden Arches restaurant opens at Palma Airport, apparently.
Wow, I never knew that. God, right, okay. Yeah. I've just got a couple of things. I've got, we were always talking about the cars and the limits on cars. That's coming. That's definitely going to happen. It's funny because it's a bit of a grey area, but that's definitely going to happen. It went through the law into law yesterday. I've also got the Okuda San Miguel, the big street art in San Antonio. That's got the inauguration tomorrow. We'll talk about that. And I've got a couple of restaurants. The Repsol Gear, the food guide's come out, and it's got a couple of interesting Ibiza restaurants in as well. So we'll touch on a bit of food because we like talking about food these days, don't we, Richie?
Did you call it the Repsol Guide?
I think it's the Repsol Guide.
As in the petrol station?
Yeah. It's like it's the one under the Michelin Guide, mate. So
okay.
So it's the Repsol Guide. Well, Michelin, Repsol, it's all same. One's tyres, one's petrol, isn't it? So so
exactly.
I've got that. So, Rich, tell me about what do you make of this new law that's coming into the EU with the UK?
Obviously, there's a lot of things going in, and I think it also depends on which newspaper you read, on whose take on it. I read newspapers on the radio this morning, and obviously Labour supporting papers are saying deal is a win-win, and the Guardian reported the EU deal puts Britain back on the world stage. And then you head to the Tory papers, and you've got the Mail telling us that Starmer's surrender, and the Daily Tory Graph, as they call it, called it. Kiss goodbye to Brexit was their headline this morning. So, but I actually think if I'm looking at it from a purely selfish point of view, it's not a bad deal for the Balearics. There's things in there that actually could work for us in a positive way. I think also devil's in the detail as always, Mark. You got to sort of read it, back to front, left to right, and everything else, because there's not a lot of meat on the bone right now, as they say.
No, I saw
quite
that.
Quite a lot of things that you could put a very big TBC by the side of it, and hopefully it's going to be arranged. But if we sort of pick out the three things that I think will work in our favour, first of all, the food deal, or as it's fully known, the sanitary and phytosanitary agreement, the SPS agreement, apparently. So that will eliminate some of the trade barriers erected during Brexit, which will provide provisioners, in my opinion, supermarkets and the suppliers with the opportunity to import more UK produce more quickly and easily. Apparently, the red tape is horrendous since Brexit for people trying to import goods from the UK. I can imagine this hopefully could result in cost savings, and hopefully we'll see a drop in prices. as well, but also for businesses here wanting to sell their wares back in the UK. We know there's obviously things like wine and olive oil, potatoes is a big thing here, and even beer. I don't know if do you have Rosa Blanca over in Ibiza? Rosa Blanca made its way to you?
Doesn't ring a bell, Rich. No.
Rosa Blanca is a new sort of beer that's been made here, and it's a really, really nice beer. But I've seen it in the UK as well. So
right.
I think if these barriers are coming down from an import and export point of view, then that can only be good news for producers, and I think for us as consumers. Also, from a tourist point of view, using e-gates, that's a possibility. Obviously, that's once again is something that I think sort of been mentioned this morning. That obviously there's no major deal on the line right now. This is what they've talked about, and it's down to each country to negotiate their own deal with whoever. But I think listen, we've had people complaining about queues of if going through passport control because you can't obviously you can't go through the e-gates that all the other European nations do go through now. I don't think AENA would be too happy. I don't know what it's like in Ibiza, but AENA basically built a whole terminal for the Brits. Do you know what I mean? And the non-Schengen countries as well, and that obviously could be could be sort of not defunct because they'll still use it. I get it, but you know what I mean. There's the opportunity, hopefully, to use e-gates as well. And then finally, is something that I've been going on about for quite a long time is the youth mobility scheme, or as they're calling it now. I think they've rebranded it as a youth experience scheme. And this is obviously kids between 18 and 30 being able to travel for free in and out of Europe, which I think is a fantastic thing. It's something that you and I did when we were kids, didn't have a problem. It never affected us. But obviously since Brexit, it's affected not only the kids from traveling, but also affected businesses in resorts, because a lot of these businesses rely on these workers to come and work during the course of the summer period. So all in all, I'm quite happy, Mark.
Yeah, I know. It's funny you should say that, because I've been listening to the radio, I've been listening to certain commentators, and depending on the way that you fall politically, it depends how you're going to view this news. Yeah. However, I'm with you, Rich. I think it's very positive. The big one, I think, is the freedom of movement for young people. I think that's the big one for us, because the feedback I get from employers in Ibiza is it's just so difficult to find staff. Mm-hmm. And the staff that are here, the prices or the salaries have gone through the roof, because basically you've cut out a whole generation of workers, haven't you, by taking these people out. And the feedback from I'm talking from bar owners, from restaurateurs, is that it's really difficult to staff these places, and they're really missing the young Brits who used to come over. I don't think it's cheap labour. I think that's probably a strange way to look at it, but it's just more people who want to work over here, and it's so difficult. So I think that's the big one. There's no real meat on that bone, though, Rich, is there?
That's true.
They've left that open. So I think for us, it's funny, because we live abroad, we see Brexit completely differently to if you live in the UK. Because
it's like, my analogy would be, Mike, it's like they've given you the olives and the water on the table, but you've yet to order, your bottle of wine and your starters and your main course and your dessert. They've just given the aperitif. And you've got to find the rest yourself, basically.
I think for us in the Balearics, Rich, that's the big one, because once you get freedom of movement again or working, they said you're going to have to apply for a visa. There's a few conditions attached to it all, but I think that's the one, because I'd love to see more young Brits working in Ibiza and Mallorca and the Balearics. I think that's the one I would really like to see.
Yeah, I agree. I think so as well.
Cars, Rich, are you driving over anytime soon?
No, I was in Minorca last weekend, but I flew and got a taxi from the airport, because it was the ground that I was going to was quite close to the airport. It's 10 minutes drive in the car, so in the taxi. Sorry, so no, I don't plan. And if I do, I would normally hire a car, Mark, if I'm able to, of course.
We've spoken about it many times, and I've blogged about it before. But the limitations of cars is coming in, Rich. I mean, it's been a bit under. I've got to say, it's a bit under the kind of radar. This is because people know about it, but they haven't really banged the drum about it. So I think it's going to take a lot by surprise. It comes in on the 1st of June, Rich, is 11 days time. So they've only just published the website today that you can reserve it. As of tomorrow, you can start reserving your cars online when you come over. There's a Euro per car per day fee if you're bringing it on, and there's limitations as well. So I think it's a bit of a nominal fee to bring the cars over, but we are moving in the right direction. Massive problem in the Balearics is traffic. I mean, I don't know what it's like over there at the moment, but over here, Rich, it's really bad today. It's backed up. A friend of mine who's over, Mr. Rich is actually, who you know very well.
Arsenal fan.
Yeah, Arsenal fan. Yeah, he's staying with me at the moment. He said it feels like August. There's that many cars around it, but I think that's just the new Balearics with so many people having cars now. I think they did a survey, and most households have got at least 2 cars in the Balearics. So it is a bit of a problem, but just to let everybody know, if you come into the Balearics now and you're bringing a car over, you need to, 1, register it, and 2, pay the small tax of €1 per day. And in the summer, that's going to be a real strange one, because there are limitations on cars. So it will be a bit weird. I don't think this year is going to be very much different, but I think 2026, I think you'll see a lot of changes.
Well, rents have apparently fallen in the Balearics for the very first time in 42 months, Mark, according to a new report. This is from the real estate group Fotocasa. I don't know if you heard of Fotocasa.
Yeah, I use them. Yeah, they're one of the big portals that you use over here.
This is a decrease from April or March to April, basically. Unfortunately, it was just 0.8%. So I don't
was that your caveat there, Rich? Was it?
I don't think it's going to make too much difference to that's the overall. But interestingly enough, in Caviar, which is the region where I live, rents have dropped by 5.5%.
Right. Okay.
Which is more significant of a number, more than the 0.8%. We're still talking, obviously, of a very high number in all of these resorts at the moment. Do you know what I mean? But possibly, maybe they've reached their peak. I don't know.
What they put that down to in Caviar? I mean, I mentioned last week that the most expensive area to rent in Spain now is Santurale, which is on the east coast of Ibiza. Any news of what they're putting that down to in Caviar? Why it's gone down?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know. No, they haven't given a reason in this particular report, to be honest with you. I just think it could just be down to the fact that people are getting to the stage where they're not renting anymore. Yeah. So obviously people are starting to drop rents in order to get people to rent again, if that makes sense. So let's see.
It's a minefield, though, Rich. Working in that industry, it's a real minefield, rentals, because of the Coopers, because of the right to remain for up to 7 years. The law is all skew whiff at the moment, but I mean, it's supply and demand. I've said it so many times. I'm almost boring myself these days. Unfortunately, small islands, there's a lot of demand. There's not much supply. The prices go up, but we do need to see a little bit of common sense there as well. So if the prices do edge down a little bit, I don't think that's a bad thing. Okuda San Miguel, we've gone about this a while. The big one's tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, is it opening, yeah?
The big opening party is tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here because I'm going to be in Bilbao tomorrow, Wednesday, because I'm going to see the Europa League final.
You've got another invite.
Little invite over there. Yeah, it's been a busy week, hasn't it? But Okuda San Miguel, we've spoken about it a lot on the podcast, but it's the street art graffiti, the big inauguration at 7:00 on Wednesday, which will be the day that most people are listening to this, which is the 21st, I believe, of May. But unfortunately, Rich, listen to this. This is incredible. It's been graffitied this morning already.
I heard someone. Yeah, the guy that we interviewed the other week,
Dwayne. Dwayne Nolan.
Right. Yeah.
Can you believe it? It's already been graffitied. I mean, it's beyond comprehension how somebody can just graffiti. They've been working on this for nearly, best part of 2 months. They've been working so hard and graffitied it. I think they're going to clear it up in time. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of people going to be turning out tomorrow night at 7:00. I know it's a hot potato. I think Dwayne Nolan said it on his Instagram post today. There are some people in town who don't agree with it, but it's European money. We've already gone over it. It's money that we wouldn't have been able to use otherwise. We're not taking out the city hall coffers. We're not taking out of the tax man or the eco tax. This is all European next generation money, and we need to get behind it. And someone said to me today, a really great thing, Rich, nothing changes if nothing changes. So at the end of the day, we need to put a positive change there. So inauguration, Wednesday, 21st of May. If you're in San Antonio, go and see it. The great and the good will be there, but unfortunately I won't be.
It looks great, Mark. Obviously, I watched Dwayne's video blog this morning, and I think it looks great. And it's a shame. Hopefully, they're going to put some cameras up somewhere, and
get it. I don't get it, Rich. I mean, it's just will
catch these people and make them clean it up. That's what I
absolutely. Yeah, lock them up.
Well, I don't mean lock them up. I mean clean them up.
Lock them up. Lock them up. Well, it's just I mean, I'd lock them up, Rich. It's like that. So, talk about lock them up.
Draconian.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, hello. It's not the 1900, mate.
No.
Did you see, just a quick one, what we went on last week? We talked about the flights, didn't we? Did you see there's a video online today? Have you seen it of
no.
A flight coming into Ibiza and everyone going absolutely mad? So it's it's in abundance as well. So it's all over. It went viral this morning, I think it did. So things are improving that area as well. I've got a restaurant little skip for you. You've got anything for me before I go, Rich, on the restaurants?
Yes, of course, because the Golden Arches, Mark.
Oh yes, God, the Golden Arches. Yeah. You like a Mackie D's, Rich, don't you?
Try and keep away from them if I possibly can. Do you know what I mean? They're not good for you. But anyway, a 10,765 square foot branch is located on level 930. Which is Module A, which won't surprise you is the British part of the airport. It's going to create 200 new jobs. How about that?
200?
200 new jobs. It's said to be the largest McDonald's in Europe, my friends.
Wow.
And it's in the British Visitors Airport. It includes 8 digital kiosks and 8 production lines. That includes table service and a cafe as well, no less.
Wow.
So there you go.
Mackie D's. I'm not a Mackie D's fan. I've got to tell you, it's not for me. In fact, what I love about McDonald's in Spain is that I get a chicken Caesar salad, a gazpacho, and a small beer. That's what I have.
It's true. And you can't get a milkshake, which is really, really bizarre.
Yeah, no. I think you can get a McFlurry. You can get a McFlurry,
you can get a McFlurry. Yeah,
which are really,
I wouldn't know that, of course.
Really dangerous. But I love a gazpacho from McDonald's, and all the English are scratching their head, going, "What the heck are you getting there?" Talking of fine foods, Rich. I've got
fine dining. Yeah,
fine dining. I've got the new. There's 5 on the big restaurant list, top restaurants in Europe. There's 5 restaurants from Ibiza, Formentera that are on it this week, which is quite interesting. Yeah, quite interesting. One's Casa Jondal. Now, do you know Blue Marlin? You may have heard Blue Marlin down in Cala Jondal. Mm-hmm. Next door to Blue Marlin, there was a restaurant I opened a few years ago called Casa Jondal. It's not the cheapest place in the world, but obviously it's absolutely incredible. So everyone tells me. I've not been there yet, but people like Jeff Bezos, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Mick Jagger, they like it. And apparently it's a restaurant that consumes the most caviar in the world. There you go.
Wow.
So Casa Jondal. The other one that's quite interesting is that it's Sublimotion, which is in the Hard Rock Hotel. Okay, Sublimotion. And the price tag is €1,800 per person for that one, Rich.
Wow.
It's apparently it's the most expensive restaurant in the world. So Sublimotion, but that's on the list as well. I've never been to either of those 2. Also, these 3 I have been to. Esharku, which is in Escobels, which is a fantastic beach restaurant. Super place, which is like it's kind of a beach shack, but it's famous for fish. El Bigotti's, which is in Calamistella, which is famous for its Buit de Pêche. I don't know if you have Buit de Pêche in Mallorca, which is basically a big fish stew. It's delicious.
Oh, like they have in Minorca.
Yeah, it's called Buit de Pêche, which is it's basically they put it all in the pot, boil it up and serve it. It's fish stew. It's absolutely beautiful if you like fish. And finally, they've got Juan Andrea in Formentera, which is a very famous beach restaurant in Ilietas in Formentera, which is a fantastic. I've been there many times. Juan Andrea. Funny story about Juan Andrea. I used to go there back in the day when they used to serve burger and chips and spaghetti bolognese for 800 pesetas on the. You know, in the old days in the mid-90s when it was just like a bog standard beach restaurant. Now it's lobster and it's caviar and you'd be lucky to get away with less than €200 per person for there. But it is a famous restaurant. And what I love about Juan Andrea, still got the same staff. So when I go in there, I go spaghetti bolognese. 800 pesetas, and they go, "Not this time, sir. Not this time."
Brilliant.
That's a lot, Rich.
That's a lot, Mark.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, and you enjoy Bilbao. It should be, it could be a good game actually tomorrow.
I'm really looking forward to it. I've got no skin in the game whatsoever. So I went to the semi-final, lucky enough to get an invite to the final. I really don't like Tottenham and I don't like Man United. So I can't possibly want both teams to lose, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to it because it's a great city. So I'll report back on that next week.
Brilliant.
Great to see you, mate.
And you take care. See you soon.
Speak soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye, mate. Bye-bye.
Make me dance.